is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
There's just one place where you can drive the new 2025 Acura RDX for only $399 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
There's just one place where you can drive the new 2025 Acura Integra for only $289 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
We're celebrating a new year with new savings at Toyota of Hollywood, the official #1 volume Toyota dealer. Save big on a 24 Corolla, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. We're bringing you deals that strike fast and hard at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
There's just one place where you can take $10,000 off the 2025 Acura MDX. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
There's just one place where you can drive a new Acura ZDX for only $239 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Ready to rock and roll. It is a Friday. You made it. And we did too. We made it right here to Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines, the finest Acura dealership in the planet, baby. We're out here hanging out. Come on by. Say hi. 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 and Pines. Love it. Love it. Love it. Big O has turned into an ad channel. Vero, let me ask you something, my brother. Well, how do you contribute to the show? Did you visit any of our sponsors? Did you make a donation? You know, the guys that complain are the people that don't contribute shit to the show. That's what I've noticed. Always, 100%. The people that complain don't contribute to the show. This is a show that is a collective. It's not going to happen without people. It's not going to happen without visiting Acura Pembroke Pines or Toyota of Hollywood or Caneswear, because that's how we make a living, my brother. You know what I mean? But see, here's the thing, Vero. How many commercials are run while I'm talking? Anybody want to answer that question for Vero? How consecutive do I talk? Do I talk for 10 minutes straight and then a break? Do I talk for a half hour straight and a break? Do I talk for an hour straight and a break? Do I talk for 2 hours straight and no breaks? Just wondering. I mean, how many commercials do you get while I'm talking? Vero es el mismo come mierda that used to complain about the national anthem and people kneeling. Oh, I don't want people kneeling during my game. Well, they're actually not kneeling during your game, asshole. They're kneeling during the national anthem, which is before the game, which nobody really pays attention to anyways. You're taking a leak, buying some food, or you're in your house or whatever, chatting with your friend. Nobody's paying attention to the national anthem. So stop complaining. Nobody's kneeling during your game. That is Vero. That's the typical person right there. And so, you know what we're going to do with Vero, right? Oh, yeah. We're going to block his ass and just get rid of him. So there we go, Vero. Now you set an example. Now, since the only thing you can contribute is a complaint, you can go F yourself. Good morning. True Fin fan. See, Vero? It's this easy. That's it. Exactly, True Fin fan. Thank you. But True Fin fan supports, visits our sponsors, purchases from our sponsors, makes donations, contributes to the show, supports, doesn't complain, because he appreciates what we're trying to do every day. We're working hard. We have way more balls than anybody in the media has ever had. We will talk about the things that nobody else has the balls to talk about. But those are things that Vero will never really appreciate. So there we go. So now you'll need another email to just even complain, Vero.
he was complaining about that, what does he do with like QAM and?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. No idea. But I love people that want to just complain to complain. You know what I mean? Because in the end, I will laugh last. Every single time. I can just get rid of Sibero and never have to deal with his sorry ass ever again. Life is beautiful, bro. I'm on Twitter. You're an idiot or whatever. I just mute your ass and that's it. You'll never know that you're muted probably, and you'll never see another response from me again or anything. But whatever. It's easy, bro. Life is too short to deal with idiots. So we get rid of idiots like Sibero. So thank you, Sibero. Appreciate you, my brother. Anyway, we got some stuff to talk about today. We got people to talk to. David Furones will be joining us at 10:30. We'll have Manny Navaro at 11. We'll have some fun. So we'll get in on it. Remember, of course, unless you're Sibero, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. True FinFan just made 2 donations. He made a super chat, and now I'm seeing 2 Cash Apps. True FinFan, thank you, sir. You're amazing. He says for here, also for Sibero. So there we go. Thank you. There we go. Even for Sibero, he did it. And then he says, go buy breakfast for Sibero. There we go. And so he sent in another donation for breakfast. How about that? But we're not doing that, True FinFan, because breakfast is closed when we're done. So no breakfast for him. No soup for him. NorCal is in the house, I see. Big O, I still think T. Hill has to be traded, even if we eat the entire contract, kind of like Denver did with Wilson last year. We have 10 picks. You are not understanding the point. They cannot trade him. So I get it. You're probably watching some fans do their little YouTube channels, or you're watching somebody or listening to somebody on QAM because they're not very good talk show hosts. So they have to come up with fake topics. Like I saw on ESPN, and I saw Marcel, and I know Marcel works for ESPN, but he retweets out an argument that they're having on ESPN about paying both T. Higgins, what's it called, Jamar Chase with Burrow that they're, and I'm like, why is this even a conversation? What are you people doing? Like, seriously, like Mike Brown's going to pay for all those people. What are you, stupid? He didn't even pay for Jamar Chase. He let him actually play out his contract. And we had people freaking out here because Devonta Smith got signed, and they're all freaking out. When's Waddle going to be signed? When's Waddle going to be signed? So I retweeted back. I know Marcel can't answer that because, he's tied to ESPN. But I'm just laughing like, why is this even a... There's one thing that I am super, super proud of my entire career. It's harder on me. It's made it worse for me. Okay? Make no mistake about it. I'll tell you ahead of time. People come up to me all the time and say, bro, I love your honesty. And then I tell them a lot of times, yeah, it's not really good for my career. Because it hasn't been. I could have gotten a lot farther if I would have kissed ass. But that's what I'm glad. I'm glad that I wasn't a corporate shill ever, dude. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I never had to be the reporter that had to, well, not had to, but whatever. In order to get stories, I have to kiss certain, agents' asses, because if I say something negative about their player, they're not going to give me information or this and that. If there's something that I'm extremely proud of here in my 35th year, is that I call it like I see it and I don't give a shit. And no media member in South Florida can actually say that. Most media members in the country can never say that. No one on ESPN certainly can't say it because they've got a shill one way or another. You work in that corporate world, you're going to eat it several times. That's just the way it goes. So if there's something that I'm proud of is that I never got up there like I saw last night and try to lie to people about, Bengals fans, about, about keeping all three players. And it's like, really? Is this what we're doing? And that's what we do here. Oh, Dalvin Cook. Oh, Taylor. Oh, they're looking for another quarterback to replace Tua. Chris Greer is going to step down and retire to another position. These are the things that go on, and it's just I feel bad for you all out there because there's too many people that are forced to mislead. And that bullshit last night right there. Arguing. What you should be saying is, hey, Bengals fans, get prepared. The Beatles are broke up, and so will this. Mike Brown's too cheap to keep everybody. He never has done that. He never will do that. Instead, why don't they say the honest thing like I do? Ken Anderson made it to the Super Bowl and Boomer Esiason. And then after that, you never saw them go back to the Super Bowl again because they couldn't keep those teams together. Why? Because it's the same owner. Is that it?
Yeah, no, that's it. But nobody's going to click on that.
Right. That's true. Nobody's going to click on that. That is very true. Nobody wants to hear the truth. So it's like yesterday, I watched that and it's like, I think media is so pathetic nowadays. So weak. Seriously. I'm just glad that I'm past the days that I have to be a beat person and all that, because I had my own run-ins already in those days. And it's just crazy stuff, man. Peyton McCown. Thank you, sir. Thank you. What was the name of that guy that I just blocked? I forgot now. Silverio. Unlike Silverio, you, sir, see? You are a contributor to the show. You want to keep us going. Thank you. Peyton says, happy Friday. Here's to a great show. And HAGW. Oh, man, I'm stupid. What is HAGW? What does that stand for? Have a great weekend? Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Ryan. I mean, Peyton, I didn't know people use that one. Have a great weekend. Okay. All right. Thank you, Peyton. Very kind of you, sir. Very nice. Appreciate that. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. Justice Maldonado, unlike Cibero. Thank you, sir. Contribute to the best Miami sports show on the planet. Thank you. Skull Leader says, hey, he's got to have sponsors. Keep going and make money, bro. You'd do the same thing. Yeah, if they could. If they could, they would do the same thing. That even doing this is not easy either. Even getting sponsors is not easy. You gotta have a real good relationship, and it's just not that easy. If not, how come nobody else at QAM has ever done it? Anyway. Pat in Nashville says, oh, do you really have to show us a few commercials during the show? We are getting bamboozled. Thank you, Dolphin Dave, for your support, my brother. That's what's important. And thank you. And hit the like button. Very important. To smash the hell out of the like button. Jamie Zorria, thank you, sir. Out in San Jose, says, it's nice to walk in and find ripping an ignorant, egocentric newbie. I hope everyone has a great week. Thank you, sir. You were too nice. Anyone hating on someone else getting money legally is the problem with this world. I know, it's just, like we all have to make a living. Like, you think I get a living on views? Sean and I would never survive on views. Never. Unless we're getting millions of views, then maybe we'll have a shot. But outside of that, we're not going to survive on views, man. It's just the YouTube doesn't really, and they steal 30% of your money from the super chats. That's why we tell you Cash App or Venmo or PayPal, because it's 100% to the show. This is 70%. So yeah, everything is, dude. These people are just, all they want to do is just rip your ass off. Morning, The Weeknd's final album is epic and such a vibe. You'll like it a lot. I'll check it out. So it dropped already. I will actually download it when I get in the car and listen to it a little bit. Let's see. Now we know why Justin Tucker had the worst season of his career. He wasn't getting a happy ending. Yeah, that might hurt you, man. That might hurt you. That definitely might hurt you. One-Eyed Jack is in the house. Yeah, ETH is warming up. It looks like it. Let me see where it's at right now, because it was heating up this morning. And we are at 3,356. So we are moving. We were at 3,238 at 3 a.m. So it's started to move a little bit, and we'll see if it continues. It's due. And by the way, the government is set to print $500 billion in a couple days. So the money printer is already starting, baby. Already starting. $500 billion is already in the books to be printed. So, M2 money supply is growing all over the world anyway. Everybody's printing, and we'll be doing it too. JG Long is in the house. Says, wishing everybody a happy Chinese New Year and Lunar New Year. Loads of prosperity, good health, and happiness from our South Florida sports teams in 2025. I will visit you one day, JG. I will. I promise you. You and I will hang one day. No doubt about it. Let's see, what else do we have here? The Bengals expect to be the consistent winners with players on rookie contracts. Talk about cheap. They make Mickey Harrison look like Stephen Ross. Juan Mendoza says, bro, imagine waking up just to come in here and try to shit on two guys trying to make a living for their families. Get a life, bro. Exactly. Juan, you get it, bro. Thank you. I love you, brother. I love you. That's all we're trying to do. That's all you see here is two guys just trying to survive in life. Nothing else. Nothing else, nothing more, to be quite honest. Something that we just talked about, Jamar Chase has to get a contract, right? And T. Higgins has to get a contract. And Jalen Waddle got a contract. And has he lived up to that contract? No, right? And that's become a little bit of a problem. And, there's a lot of drop passes for Jalen Waddle. And drop passes in key moments. One of the things that I don't think we talk enough about, we talk about Tyreek Hill's situation. We talk about his lack of professionalism. We talk about his inconsistencies. Do we ever talk enough about his bad influence? Because I don't want Jimmy Butler around the players of the Miami Heat anymore, because he's not an example you want for those players. He's a selfish player. He's not selfless. Did you see Bam's quote the other day about when they was asked about the team? He goes, hey, I would tell the same thing to De'Aaron Brooks. Is it Brooks, the kid from Fox, De'Aaron Fox, who's a friend of his and all that. They're in the same, best man of the wedding, all that crap. And he says, hey, you're coming to a team that they're going to work you, and your coach is going to want the best out of you. And sometimes you're not going to like how he's coming at it and all that kind of stuff. But that's the stuff that I appreciate as a player and all that kind. because that's what you want. You want players that want to be the best and want to push themselves constantly in practice, in games, in regular season games, in the playoffs. That's what Alonzo Mourning did. That's what every other player has done, except for Jimmy Butler. Do I want Jimmy Butler around these guys? No, I don't want him influencing Jovic. No, I don't. I want Bam influencing Jovic. I don't want him influencing Tyler. I don't want him influencing what's it called? What's the name of the kid I like off the bench? Pelé Larson. I obviously Khalil Ware. I don't want Jimmy Butler around these people at all. Well, Tyreek Hill, and I know that unfortunately my man NorCal was talking about, trading him, still this and that, and you're stuck with him. But the worst part about having Mike McDaniel as your head coach is having a person like Tyreek who can continue to pollute the locker room. And is there a chance he could pollute Waddle? Maybe. Has he? I don't know. But I do notice this. Waddle has the same bad habit that he does in dropping footballs. So while you're stuck with Tyreek for one more season, that's doing damage more than just what he does to your team or what he does to his family or what he does to his fan base. But what kind of damage is he doing to everybody else? That's the question and this is why having a strong head coach is so important. Because you can have a Hassan Whiteside come in and out and the culture and Jimmy Butler, they'll get him out and the culture will go back to normal again because you have a strong coach. You have a strong culture. The Miami Dolphins haven't had a culture in 40 years. They have no winning culture. They have no toughness culture. They have no culture that they get through adversity. In fact, adversity and chaos and injuries and everything have always been their demise. That's what's gone on. The back end of Shula all the way till now. So it doesn't help having a guy like Tyreek, and it helps even less having a weak coach in Mike McDaniel. So if there's something that I would be working on in this final season with Tyreek is I make sure that I make him an example of what I don't want on my football team. Problem is, you don't have the coach that does that. So how much more damage will Tyreek do by the time he's done here? All the stats, all the hype, none of it means shit, dude. None of it means shit when you don't catch the ball in key moments, when you can't be there for your team when they need you most, and when you're ready to quit when it gets toughest. That's who Tyreek Hill is. He's no dog. Okay? He wants the team to have dogs. He's not one of them. He's not professional. He's not a dog. And he's also a terrible influence in that locker room. And the sad part is 52 other people have to tolerate it. All right. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. And, of course, we love those. JJ Mendoza, thank you, sir, on Cash App, supporting the show. Get some Bitcoin. Thank you, sir. We definitely will. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. JJ. Giovanni, thank you for the love on the super chat. Thanks, for over 3 decades of listening to you on other platforms, social media. Both you and Sean, please grab some lunch with this super chat. Here's to another few decades, of course. No si beto. Yes, definitely. We eliminated his ass. Thank you. Thank you, Giovanni. Very kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big O, I don't listen to any other shows. I just don't like Malcontent and T. Hill. Okay, well then they can't get rid of him, bro. They're stuck with him. They're freaking stuck like Chuck because they have to improve the team. So they cannot kill cap space. They have to try to open it up. And they're not going to guarantee him any more money, but they may have to do others to open up cap space. And unfortunately, they're stuck with him, dude. One more year and then they can dump him. And they'll still take a cap hit the following season, by the way. I just wish they would have never guaranteed him that money. I don't understand that. Giovanni says Waddle's rookie season was a tough, hard SOB, still a great player for us, but his hands turned to butter in a fog at times. Yeah? Yeah, I don't remember a lot of drops that first year. Yeah. It's kind of come after that. The second year when Tyreek came in. It's kind of where it started. Hell, he lost that Cincinnati game all by himself.
Yeah. And then after that, it became more apparent, I think. Once that game happened.
Right. It started.
Then it started becoming a thing to where you're like, oh, there's a Waddle drop. A Waddle drop. So I don't know if he did not have many drops because he was targeted, what?
A ton in the first year.
The first year. Goodness gracious.
And tough catches.
Yes. Yeah, because he's working from the slot.
It was slot. Yeah. He was in very tight spaces. And that son of a bitch played so tough. He played a game that we never thought about him that way. We thought about him in the open field, downfield. Remember, we were all like, bro, where are the big plays and this, that? Waddle, we made him a possession receiver. But the fact that he could do that, to me, was so impressive by Waddle. So impressive. And then I've been kind of depressed about all the drops, dude. Yeah, it's been very disappointing what's gone on with him. So, Big O, you can criticize Bam about some things, but you can never, ever criticize or question his effort. He's a max effort guy, always has been. Dude, I don't complain about Bam at all, to be quite honest. My complaints are mostly against all of you out there in the media. And Miami Heat. My complaints are against you all. It's not Bam. I never want to trade Bam. I'm good with Bam, but I know who Bam is. That's my problem, Oscar. Many people don't know who Bam is, and they make Bam more than what he really is. That is my problem with all of this. Okay? It's never with Bam. I know what Bam is. My problem is that you guys demand him to be some offensive force, and I tell you that's not in him. That's not who he is. I try to hammer that away for years, and now I think this has been the season that I've won a lot of people over because I've been getting the DMs and stuff like that, and it's like, yo, I disagreed with you on Bam and all that, but, you're right. He's not really an offensive force. Not a guy that's going to impose his will. He's not really a star. That's all I was trying to say. That's it. He's the perfect number 3. He is. You get 2 stars, and Bam plays the 3, and you are golden. Golden. Because he'll do all the dirty stuff. He'll set the picks. He'll make the passes. He'll play defense. He'll do all the stuff that you need outside of taking that heat off of the big 2, and they can go out and score and be themselves and help out in other places. But Bam has to be that overall all-around player. That's my whole thing with Bam. I try to tell you who he is, and then others try to tell me that he's not that. And that's where we clash. You know what I mean? So I'm good with Bam because I know what he is. I'm not good with some of you out there who don't know who he is. That's the issue.
So Waddle's drop rate over his career is 6%. In 2024, he was at 12.8, which was 11th in the NFL.
I'm sorry, say that again?
His drop rate over his career is 6% of the passes thrown to him.
Right.
This season, he doubled it to 12.8.
Wow.
And that was 11th.
What was
the NFL?
What was his rookie year?
He had 140 targets, 104 catches. But it doesn't really show, like, it doesn't break down the drops or what hit him, what was overthrown, things like that. So
I don't remember a lot of drops. And remember, he didn't play, and Tua didn't play the whole season that year. He didn't start. So, yeah. But I don't remember as many drops that first year compared to the years after that. Oh, you have it? Let's see. Oh, looks like ETH is moving a little bit more up to 3,392.
Yeah, I don't think this is accurate. Never mind.
No? Okay.
Because it says he only had 5 drops in 2024. There's no way.
Oh, no, that's wrong. That's definitely wrong. He had, I think it's 8. I want to say 8 or 9.
It says he had 8 his rookie year, 7 his second year, 6 his third year, and then 5 this year.
Yeah, no, that's wrong.
I don't know.
No, that's wrong. He had way more than 5. Are you kidding me? All right, let's do it. Is he ready to go? All right, the great David Furones. Let's talk a little Miami Dolphins football with the one and only David Furones right here with our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins repo.
All rise, football fans, as the Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
All right, there he is, locked and loaded and ready to go. How you feeling, my man?
Feeling good. Another off-season Friday. I've been home, but Perk has been at the Senior Bowl, so just trying to check in on all the excitement, all the updates going on over there, and then also
Arroyo's having a great week, dude.
Yeah. Arroyo having a great week. Xavier Restrepo, I've seen him making some plays. Even Damian Martinez too. Sure.
Yes, Damian Martinez also. But I like Damian Martinez, man. That dude runs hard. That's the kind of back that the Dolphins need.
Right. Yeah, and I saw Perk wrote as much there. I would be in agreement with that as well. I mean, you want a physical runner. Now, would the Dolphins go and take a running back in the draft 3 consecutive seasons? Maybe they're not, but
it's not that taking the running back.
Yeah,
it's taking the running back that you need because you don't have that kind of running back on your team. It's the whole Chris Brooks thing all over again. And then you see him, later on in the season for somebody else, and he's running your ass over. And so that to me is an element that you don't have. But do we have the coach that is willing to stay with the running game and pound people and punish people at times? He has not. It's funny. The guy came from being a run coordinator, and yet he hasn't coordinated the run like he's supposed to here.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that. And then it would be an indictment on the selection of Jalen Wright, which was even a trade up.
No, I'm good with that.
Because you didn't use him.
But that's again, that's the head coach's fault. I mean, he didn't use Jonnu Smith the first month of the season.
Right.
And it's like, and you and I are sitting there every day in camp watching Jonnu Smith do everything. And we're like, oh shit, bro, Jonnu Smith is going to have a monster season. He's going to be featured. And the first month of the season, he was on a milk carton. And so you can have a plan in the front office, but if your coach doesn't follow the plan and doesn't want to use Mike Gesicki, or doesn't use Jonnu Smith the first month of the season, or doesn't use Chase Claypool, or doesn't use Chris Brooks, or doesn't use big backs, or doesn't stick to the run, this is a problem. This is a problem.
Yeah, that's why this time, these years have kind of been marked by a disconnect of identifying or correctly identifying the spots that need addressing. Like, I mean, they go and make the move for whatever position, whatever role they need, but then maybe don't utilize it the way they need to until a given point in time, until it's sort of exposed a little bit. So, I agree with you. There has been some instances like, I mean, the Chase Claypool one stands out. Like, okay, well, they need a big receiver. They make the mid-season edition of a big receiver, and then it's like, all right, there's this Chase Claypool package that we keep hearing about, but we never see. And then it just it gets to the point where it's the end of the season, and then
it's Cedric Wilson, it's Gesicki, it's Jonnu Smith, it's Chase Claypool.
Jonnu Smith. Yeah,
Azukama has had injuries, but then once he's healthy, you still don't really get him involved. So, and then in the offseason, it's let's go get OBJ. There's this love affair with midgets. I don't understand it. There's this love affair with midget running backs. I don't understand it. And so this is where you've got to get bigger and more physical in this league. Bigger at back, bigger at wide receiver, and definitely bigger and tougher at guard. There's got to be that thing this offseason where you change certain elements of your game. You watch, the Rams don't necessarily have speedy receivers, but they have two big physical guys that find ways to get open, and they break tackles and they make plays and they make life easier for the quarterback. Big receivers make life easier for all quarterbacks, especially shorter ones like Tua.
Yeah, for sure. So if you get Tua, I'm thinking back to early on, Tua having Devontae Parker. Then he could just throw a ball up to him. And Devontae Parker is the guy who would get the least separation. Wasn't there a stat that he was?
Yeah, but that was a flow year, not a McDaniel.
Oh, yeah, right.
McDaniel takes over. Devontae Parker never sees a ball again, and you don't play what his strength is.
Yeah, he stood away at that point.
Right, and so that's the sad part, dude, and that makes life easy. Marino had Oronde Gadsden at the end, and he had Mark Clayton, and he had Jim Jensen, and he had Rose and Johnson and Hardy and Jackson, and I could just go on and on and on and talk about taller receivers. Mark Clayton wasn't a tall receiver, but dude, he could dunk. He could fly up in the air. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Cephalo was a tall receiver. He had guys that had a little bit more range all throughout his career. And it's just a smart thing to do for your quarterback is provide people that have range. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. I mentioned Parker. Gesicki early into his career was able to get the ball to him. And then, hey, you give him a Jonnu Smith, and then Jonnu has a Pro Bowl season now as a replacement, albeit, but I think he should have been in on the original one. And then he gets.
Gesicki caught 70 balls with Flo.
Yeah.
70 balls with Flo. Okay, and Flo doesn't know anything about offense. He had the worst offensive coordinators in the history of the NFL, and yet they figured out a way to get him the ball 70 times. And yet this guy comes in and they guarantee Gesicki that 1 year to see how it goes, and he didn't even know how to use him. And so this is why we see a David Martinez. We see is it David Martinez?
Damian
Martinez. We see a Damian Martinez, and we see the big back, and then we talk about the big receiver, and we're like, well, if you get it, will he use it?
Yeah, that's a big thing. So Jalen Wright pick. You thought maybe you were getting a physical back, and then didn't use him. No, Raheem Mostert has provided in the past some kind of physicality, even though he's not a bigger back and he's more known for his speed. But at his size, he can run physically. But
he's not a guy that's going to hammer it. You don't want to use him that way because that's not his game. Can he be forceful at times? Yeah, he can. I've seen it, but that's really not the game that
forcing another one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the game you
Jeff
want.
Wilson, another one, who when they traded for him, then they used him plenty that second half of the 22 season. Him and Mostert were the combination, but then last 2 years, really not really seeing him much. And then, hey, the one time that he did have a chance late in that Cowboys game, he got the key first down on a third down conversion that let them run out the clock for the game-winning field goal.
So, David, how do we know things are going to change? That's the thing. It's like this is year 4, and it didn't change through the first 3 years. How do Dolphins? Because you and I know they're not going to get any better. They're not going to have any success in the playoffs if they don't get more physical, if they can't necessarily run the ball, and certainly I think they definitely need to add a couple of elements to their offense, whether it's the bigger back or the bigger receiver too at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a really, whatever you want to call it, either a coming to Jesus moment from Mike McDaniel or just the pressure being put on him that now it's real. This is make or break for both Mike and Chris Greer. That is what we're assuming going into the 2025 season. And it's really going to take that. All right, you either have to fix the deficiencies in how the operation is going, or it's going to be move on to someone else. So I think the previous 2 years, Mike has been afforded the opportunity to say, well, hey, my way is working. We've made the playoffs the past 2 seasons and even got in there despite Tua missing these 5.5 games in 22 and then half the defense missing in 23. And then you could always line up these excuses or reasons as to why you couldn't win the playoff game. You'd always get in. And I think going into 2024, it was kind of assumed, well, we already know we're going to get into the playoffs. Now it's all about putting everything toward winning that playoff game. And then I think this organization got humbled real quick in how this year went down and how they missed the postseason altogether. So now it's really just make or break. It's you got to identify these things and realize, okay, it's going to take some kind of in between, some kind of compromise on how you've done things and found success, but then also where you need to fix certain things so that you don't have another situation like you just had a 2024 and go 8-9 and miss the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, that's just that's the part to me that's frustrating going into the season. If they don't make the drastic changes in their philosophical, the coach doesn't make changes to his philosophical approach. I don't see much changing at all next year. That is a problem. I talked about this before you came on. We talk about Tyreek struggles. We talk about his off the field issues, dropping footballs, all of that. But one of the things that we're watching with the Miami Heat, I don't want a Jimmy Butler around a Khalil Ware. I don't want him around a Pele Larson. I know he can't pollute Bam, because Bam is what he is. He's going to be – Bam has a lot of, like Alonzo, that he's going to be a hard worker no matter what, and it doesn't matter. So you're not going to mess with him, but you could end up affecting other players on the team. So for me, and I was talking about this, I don't know if I remember Waddle dropping so many passes in his first year when he was playing more in the slot. He was playing a really tough position. He was playing out of position, by the way, because we're all talking about him playing downfield and big plays, and he was playing possession, tough. They were hitting him and all that, and he was helping move the chains. I don't remember a lot of key drops that year. But since Tyreek came in that second year and on, and especially this year, his drop rate went to a career high this year. How much is Tyreek, or are you concerned that Tyreek is also a bad influence on that wide receiving room?
Oh, well, there's no question that Tyreek, that influence can permeate through the wide receiver room. He's a guy who, I mean, you look at his first 2 years and then you think, okay, Tyreek can get away with other stuff, right? Like I think even Jimmy Johnson would say this about like Emmitt Smith or certain guys. Like, all right, those guys, they can get away with certain things, but then there's a level where it becomes too much. And then, yeah, you don't think like a rookie like Malik Washington, who's already so mature, can get affected by things. But but you just worry that that his mentality, the way he goes about things, can just go through that wide receiver room and start to pollute some of those younger minds. So Jalen Waddle had 1 year before Tyreek got there. And I mean, yeah, there's also great influence in the way he plays and how he's gotten himself to this point. But then there's a lot of other distractions that he creates that.
Example, 3rd and 16. Against Green Bay, we've used this example many, many times. Tyreek and Waddle both pull themselves off the field without Mike McDaniel knowing. And when Mike McDaniel looks up to call the 3rd down, he has 2 receivers that he's not supposed to have out there. I've never seen that in my life, that a receiver is calling himself off the field to take a breather. Well, then you're not in good shape then, because I can't imagine Irving Fryer or Oronde Gadsden or Mark Clayton or many of the guys that I've seen or covered wanting off the field on 3rd and 16. No. They want to be on the field, and they're telling whoever the quarterback is, you better throw me the ball. I doubt Chris Chambers wants to walk off the field on 3rd and 16. On 3rd and 16, he's going, bro, that's my time to shine. Throw it downfield. I'll sky for it, because that was his thing. You know, he played big in the air. So I'm just, there's an influence right there. Both guys decided to walk off the field on their own on 3rd and 16. Think about that. They both walked off the field on their own.
Yeah. And so where did Jalen Waddle learn that from?
Exactly.
It's got to be from Tyreek Hill, right?
It ain't from Nick Saban. It ain't from Brian Flores.
Yeah, good point.
Okay? It ain't from either one of those guys. So when I talk about influence, there's a problem. And when you don't have a strong coach, see, you can have this Butler situation. Shaq can have it out with Riley. You can have a player, Dwayne Dedman, but eventually you'll be jettisoned and everything goes right back on track because the culture is there. It's already in place. So it's going to continue. It's stronger than any one individual. So you will weed out that individual and you will continue. But the Dolphins don't have that culture in place. In fact, they've never established that culture in decades. So it's very fragile. It's a very we are constantly talking about this in different iterations of different Dolphin teams, of polluted locker rooms, of players or coaches or front office bickering or whatever it is. We've seen it all, dude. From Wanstead and Spielman to down to the players bitching and complaining. We've seen it all. And so that's why I would be strongly concerned about the influence of Tyreek Hill in that locker room.
Yeah. Two things. First, I wonder not only about the influence of Tyreek Hill, but specifically last season, Odell Beckham Jr.'s influence, him coming in and probably Jalen Waddle looking at him, and maybe there was some occasions of preferential treatment because of how accomplished he is, and and the veteran that he is, and he even went up in front of the media and said, "Hey, I don't have to be here." So then, was there did he receive some of that from the coaching staff too? And then Jalen Waddle's looking like, man, sure, he might have done a lot in his career, but he hasn't done anything for this organization. And then you're giving him, preferential treatment compared to me. And then also, yeah, we'll see, because you mentioned when you don't have the strong coach on the sideline, when those receivers are coming off the field, we'll see this season.
You can have disruption you can have disruption in Pittsburgh. There's still Mike Tomlin.
Oh yeah, George Pickens.
Okay. All right. No, it's not just Pickens. It's not just Roethlisberger. It's not just Antonio Brown. It's not just Le'Veon Bell. It's not whatever goes on with that guy. He figures it out, and then they weed it out, and then they continue, and they win, and they win, and they win. You know what I'm saying? I know they're not winning big, but you haven't given him the tools to win big. So it's not his fault at this point in time. Tomlin squeezes wine out of water, dude. overall. So you got to have that. And Miami doesn't have that.
That's why I can't believe every time Pittsburgh fans that actually this offseason are calling for his job. I can't believe that. Like hello. I mean, unless you want to tank to get a high draft pick and then work your way back up, because I mean that's what's going to happen is that you'll go to the bottom of the league with that roster if it's someone other than Mike Tomlin. But
give me Mike Tomlin in a second, bro.
Oh yeah.
In a second, give me Mike Tomlin. Are you kidding me? Stupid ass fans.
And the second part I was going to bring up to it is, when you don't have that coach, we'll see this year because I guess Mike McDaniel hasn't spoken officially on this, but the indication seems to be in firing a wide receivers coach and that being the only position coach, special teams coordinator, of course, but that they moved on from in Wes Welker. So how much of it was the presence at wide receivers coach and how much should be coming from the head coach? Now also, does Mike McDaniel view it as, well, that's not his role. You got to get your position group in line. And then that's what he expects out of his position coaches. And then that's when Wes Welker wasn't coming through in that regard. So that's why he's got a Robert Prince now to turn it 180 and be that guy that can take control of a positional unit that maybe has been a little problematic in that regard.
Well, I hope Robert Prince is a hard ass. I see this guy here, P Double. He says, "Stop it! You guys have no evidence. Hill is toxic in the locker room." I just gave you an example on 3rd and 16. Hill chose to take a breather on 3rd and 16 against Green Bay, and Waddle chose to take the same breather. If that's not influence, I can't help you, P Double. Can't help you, my brother.
Are we already forgetting the very last time we saw Tyreek Hill on the field? He literally quit.
I know. No, he quit. Yeah, no, but P Double doesn't know about those things. He thinks quitting is not toxic.
He had a post-game tirade.
It's not toxic. The P Double, it's not toxic.
Two weeks earlier against the 49ers, after a win, he wanted to go to the podium to then make a point of calling out his coach and saying that he's not giving me enough practice reps and having me to explain his drops.
Yeah.
In a win where he didn't have a good game individually.
Yeah, the guy that doesn't get enough reps because he likes to take plays off in the middle of a game on 3rd and 16 when your team needs you the most. But no, of course, P Double doesn't think it's toxic. Like I said, fans. I know it's not most, some of you out there, but there's a lot of you like P Double. There's a lot of you, bro. You're not very bright. You just don't really get it. But anyway, what do you got going on the Sentinel so folks can check you out, young man?
This was just a laid-back week for me with Perk doing the heavy lifting in Mobile, Alabama for the Senior Bowl. But, I was following up on just staying on call for any news. So, obviously, new special teams coordinator. I think that was after we spoke on Tuesday. So, Craig Ackerman covered that. And just ready for whichever way the Weaver news goes. It looks like it's probably going to be Kellen Moore in New Orleans. So in that case, it would be Weaver staying. So that would provide some continuity on the Dolphins defensive staff. And
I like it. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
right. So
yeah. Plus, you'll need Weaver about 3/4 of the way of the season to become the interim head coach. Anyway, so that's kind of you need that. So that Weaver will get his shot as a head coach. He just doesn't realize that it'll be in the middle of the season. He just doesn't know yet. But I would tell Mr. Weaver, hey, prepare. You will be a head coach in 2025, my brother. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I've seen the writing on the wall already. Anyway.
Oh, man. You're too much, Big O.
I don't have a lot of hope for this season, my brother. I really don't. McDaniel has shown me enough already that I can't lie to myself and expect something different when I see what I've watched already for 3 years. Why would it change? You know what I mean? I just can't see it. And I don't see a man that can all of a sudden take hold of that locker room. And he's made it such a country club. You can't go back. You can't go to being a bad cop. And that's why I'm hoping the Prince guy is a hard ass, because you can't. But if you get another coach that comes in and says, hey, I don't know you guys. This is how I do things. And he's a ball buster. That's it. So we'll see. I told a couple of people in the building, you need a Jerry Sullivan type at wide receivers coach. If you get one, maybe you got a shot at getting the best out of these guys. Jerry Sullivan was a hard ass and a damn good wide receivers coach. And his receivers usually were damn professional, running great routes, catching the ball consistently. We had him here for a while. I'm a big fan of his. And that's the kind of coach you need here. He's too old to be here. He's like a consultant, I think, somewhere with his son. I forgot where he's at, but LSU, it was LSU. I hope this guy, do you know anything about this guy? Is he really a hard ass?
I don't. So, yeah. But that's the point. To your point is if it's not what Mike McDaniel is, then it's got to be what he delegates to members of the coaching staff who are. So, maybe there's some hope in that regard. And then I know you have no hope for 2025 season. No. There will be 6 months of everyone forgetting the atrocities that were the 2024 season, and then there will be a bunch of excitement built up.
You know what's screwed up?
You know how it goes.
I think they're going to have a terrific offseason, but I don't think they have the chef in the kitchen. That's my problem.
Okay.
You should have won 3, 4, 5 more games this year if you had the right coach. You easily should have won 3, 4, 5 more games.
Yeah. Or if they made the right backup quarterback decisions.
The right coach does all of that, dude. The right head coach has his team better prepared, even at backup quarterback or everything else, and he would have won 3, 4, 5 more games. It wasn't necessarily that the talent was an 8-win team. No, the talent should have won more. It's the coaching staff that did not maximize the talent. And that's what we have to say, dude. I mean, that's what's gone on every year under Mike McDaniel. He has not maximized. Even the last year of Flo, he did not maximize his roster either. 4 straight years, this roster has not been maximized by their coaches. That's just me, but that's the way I look at it.
Yeah. So. What everyone will remember is how the offense was still that possibly the most complicated offense in the league when Tyler Huntley hasn't even been in the building 2 weeks. And then, I mean, imagine if you or I, we wouldn't be put in a position to succeed. If you or I, within 2 weeks, we're expected to go know the entire Dolphins offense with the, just joining the team and having to learn it all, get quizzed on all of it in 2 weeks. I
just got hired by CNBC. Right from here, CNBC just hired me. Says, hey, listen, we got to put you in a pinch at the 5 o'clock newscast. We need you to run it for the next hour, throwing it to everybody. And I'm like, yo, bro, I've never done this. Like, it's going to be a disaster. So yeah, okay, I'll go do it, but it's going to be a disaster, and that's kind of what we're talking about. I mean, I don't know.
In the words of Tyreek Hill, you would be raw dogging it.
Yes, basically. Basically. All right, follow him on Twitter at David Furones _. And, of course, subscribe to the South Florida Sun Sentinel and support him in every single way. David, as always, thank you, my brother. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll catch up on Tuesday.
Likewise, Big O. Have a good weekend.
You got it. There you go. Thank you, sir. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense. I hope you don't deal with criminal defense. Business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. This can happen to any of us. Justin Tucker, well, if you need some help there, you can also call Welton Rayon. But listen, most of us, we're not into the Tucker situation, but bankruptcy could happen to any of us, especially with the credit card issues that we're having in this country. All-time high. Americans have their credit cards rung up at all-time highs. And what is happening? A lot of people, unfortunately, are going through some really rough times, and they're filing for bankruptcy. And if you're dealing with that, Jeff Welt, Daniel Rayom can help you. 954-966-4646. Personal injury, commercial litigation, condo damage, business owner claims. If your insurance company is not doing their job, you call Welton Rayom. They'll get it done for you. Consultation's completely free, so you can find out if you have a case. And if you do, you move forward. If you don't, then you got the information. That's what you need. Get the information. Call them. Save it on your cell phone. 954-966-4646.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Okay. Now it's hour number 2. We're going to go to Manny in 1 second. But One-Eyed Jack, I saw your text, and I want to know, I'm going to explain to you why those Pittsburgh Steelers fans are fucking morons. Okay? You ready? Okay. I'm a local here in the Pittsburgh area. Their fans are tired of one and done in the playoffs. Tomlin clock management is bad. He gets out-coached by good teams like McD, offensive staffing issues. Okay. So let me ask you something. What quarterback has he had the last, 10 years now since the back end of Roethlisberger with no arm? And then after that, what's he had? Like a duck?
I mean, he's had a duck. He's had Russell Wilson, who they gave away.
Oh, my God. That's amazing. What else has he had?
There's been a Dobbs. Dobbs has been everywhere, so there's got to be a Dobbs involved somewhere.
There's a Dobbs. Okay, one and done.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what that reminds me of? The end of Shula's run.
Yeah.
Where he was going to the playoffs constantly, but it was one and done, and we were so tired of it. And we know we want to push Shula out the door. And, boy, that really worked out for us.
I wish we had more one and dones.
Right. Yeah. That really worked out for us. The people in Pittsburgh that want Mike Tomlin out are stupid. They're stupid human beings, One-Eyed Jack. They're morons. They give him Pickens, who's a head case, followed by Claypool, who's a head case. He managed Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and the rapist, allegedly Ben Roethlisberger, for years, and won, and kept Antonio Brown in check like no one could ever do until the volcano finally exploded. Anybody in Pittsburgh or anywhere else in the world, if you're a Steelers fan, and all of a sudden you're tired of Mike Tomlin, you are stupid. This is why I say the same thing about Pat Riley. I'll tell you, last 10 years, Pat Riley doesn't have his fastball. He's made a ton of mistakes, from Whiteside to all the way down to extending Butler, which I call it a mistake. Okay? And we could go Lowry and everything in between. He's done all kinds of crappy stuff, the Terry Rozier trade. Man, there's so much shit that goes on in the last 10 years. Danny Granger and Bob and it's just ridiculous. Giving Whiteside a contract. Dion Waiters needed ankle surgery. He knew that and gave him a 4-year contract based on 27 games. You'll never hear me say fire Pat Riley. You'll never hear me say retire Pat Riley. I've said this over and over. I learned my lesson with Shula. I was one of those morons. Oh, the game's passed him by. He's too old. I push him out. We pushed him out, and we were never better than we were with Shula. On his worst years are the best years we've had here ever. His worst years are the best years we've ever had here for 30-something years. So you think I'm going to do the same shit with the Heat? No. Riley has not done well, but you know what? I'm going to be patient. I'm going to hope he does and turns it around, figures it out, and gets it back on track because he's the guy that's brought all the championships and everything. And he brought the best coach in the history of the Heat right now in Eric Spoelstra. So I'm going to stay patient with Riley. I'll be open and tell you, hey, bro, he's done a lot of screwing up. But maybe he can fix it now. Okay? But I want Riley to leave whenever the hell he wants to leave. A year from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. I'm not pushing him out. I did that with Shula. And so I would tell the Steeler fans, you're stupid. You're about to do the same mistake that we all made with Don Shula. You don't push Mike Tomlin out. You do what's best to try to provide him what he needs to win. You're never going to win with the talent that he's had and the quarterbacks that he's had. He has not had a quarterback to get it done in forever. Pittsburgh Steeler fans that want him out, you're just stupid. But that's a problem with fans. And I talk about this all the time. There's a certain section of you that you just don't know what the hell you're watching, what the hell you're talking about. Problem is, not enough people in the media tell you to your face that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But I will. So, there you go. Let's go. Manny Navaro and our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Caneswear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navaro. Exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navaro.
Manny, how are you doing, my man?
Doing great. How are you?
Excellent. Would you fire Mike Tomlin?
Nope. I would not fire Mike Tomlin because every single year his team is in it. Regardless of whether or not he's got a good quarterback, he's always
hasn't had a good quarterback, actually.
Right. But the point is, like, even if like the quarterbacks are absolutely terrible, right, where they're not even serviceable, he still somehow is competitive. So I think that can't be valued enough. When you've got a good coach, you got to hold on to it as long as possible.
It's the Shula shit all over again.
Yeah,
that's all it is. This is why I won't do it with Riley, and people want Riley to go. We're already hearing it from people like, oh, Riley is this, that. And I get it. He hasn't been on a good streak the last 10 years. Since the Big Three, he's been in a funk. But, Riley can write his own check. He can leave whenever the hell he wants. He has my full support, dude. I love Riley, and I don't want him to go anywhere because I know what happened to my Dolphins after Shula left. And it ain't pretty, bro.
Yeah, it's been 30 years of misery, pretty much.
You know, it's hard to recover from the greatness, man. I mean, we never had it so good than with Ron Frazier, and Jim did a terrific job, but it wasn't Ron Frazier. And when
But
once
still, it
Ross
was still elite. It hasn't been
right.
the same since he left.
Yeah, no, but right, but that's what I'm saying, that gradually it started to take its, steps down. When you have that person, dude, we didn't push Ron Frazier out. He left on his own. But what I'm saying is when you have that person, that's what I love about the Larrañaga situation. Brother, he determined, hey, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm out of here. No problem. We cannot be pushing Larrañaga out. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It was kind of rough lately, but it's not the right thing to do. And I think in Pittsburgh, man, when you have a guy like that, dude, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. And if you do, please hire him here.
Right. Yeah. In a heartbeat, man. In a heartbeet. Have
God.
any level of
20
consistency.
teams will be lined up to hire the dude.
There's no question. No question. I think you hit it on the head, man. Like when you've got a good coach and you got a good thing going, you want that to last as long as possible. The Dolphins are the perfect example of it, right? Upheaval every few years, inconsistency since Shula left. When you've got a great, you gotta hope that it lasts forever. And Tomlin is one of the top 5 coaches in the game. Period. Like,
and appreciate, and even the moments that are rough.
Yeah.
Have patience. Stay. You know how Riley
stay the course.
Remember Riley used that line for LeBron, like when it gets tough, you don't just look for the first door out or whatever, that line. That's exactly it, man. It gets tough. You stick with Riley right now. You got to stick with Riley right now because Riley brought it all to us. And if you're a Steelers fan, you got to stick. By the way, that franchise nails it every time with their coach. So, relax.
Right.
Relax, bro. It's 3 coaches in like the last 70 years or something stupid. I don't know what it is. It's not 70, but it's pretty close.
It
like
is
60 or something. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's just crazy. By the way, the boys are having some good postseason performances.
Which boys are we talking about now?
I'm talking about like
the Hurricanes. Yes.
About Arroyo. I'm talking about
East-West Shrine, Senior Bowl, all that stuff. They've been tearing it up because they're talented and they're good players. I mean, look, they were the number 1 offense in the country, and yes, Cam Ward was a big part of that. But Elijah Arroyo, when healthy, should have been, a Mackey Award contender. And Xavier Restrepo, we told you what a great slot receiver he was. Other guys have been doing well as well. I think Tyler Barron did pretty well in the Shrine Bowl practices. So they're all doing phenomenal. And I think, this is a year where potentially you get 5-6 guys drafted. That's really good for Miami. They need that.
Yeah. Yes. That is very, very important. And Arroyo is, because his talent. Okay. Here's the odd example I'm going to use. Okay, because Arroyo's better than this kid. Plus, health-wise, he didn't have the track record that this kid had. Yet, he still got drafted by Houston. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Brevin Jordan, yeah.
And then Brevin still got injured again this year, and they still gave him a 1-year contract for next year, which was a super classy move by Houston. They didn't have to do that, but why did they do that? Because Brevin Jordan is supremely gifted.
Yeah.
So Arroyo is a guy that really you got to see him finally this year showcase his skills, but we really did not see the supreme gifts that he has on a career basis. And I think now that NFL teams are watching this, he's going to go even higher than anybody ever thought because the tight end is so important. An athletic tight end is extremely important. So Arroyo, brother, he could sneak into the back end of the first round to this early second round now.
He really could. He's got the potential to and obviously good representatives, part of the Rosenhaus family there. So those guys know exactly how to market these guys and put them in good situations. And so to me, I think you're right. I think you're going to have some guys that played on this 2024 team that have pretty long NFL careers. I think, you look at Xavier, that's the kind of guy that can play 10 years in the NFL.
Football players.
Yeah, just really good football players. And so that in itself, right, is going to help the program long term because when you look at it, right now, who is or who are the best former Hurricanes in the NFL. It's not a long list.
No. We have one here with the Dolphins, and he's really old.
Yeah, and you got Greg Rousseau, right, with the Bills, that I think is kind of the next thing. But he's
good, man. He's good.
He's good.
He's actually turned into the better player between him and Phillips because he stays on the field.
Right.
Fortunately.
Right. Yeah. But the reality is that there's not a lot, and especially the playmakers, wide receiver, running backs, tight ends. I mean, David Njoku, I guess, is still kicking around at tight end, but they need some guys to help showcase, and Mario needs that for recruiting.
Yeah. How is recruiting going? Because, dude, Jason Taylor, everybody's out there on the road.
Yeah, listen, this is the time of year when they make basically all the visits to the 2026 guys, the next class, and they try to lock those guys in to come and take official visits.
Let's save it for the big cheese because let me save that one for the big cheese.
That's no problem.
Let's do that one. Coaching, what's going on? Because I know he's still trying to fill a spot, right?
Well, he hired his DB coach, the Zach Etheridge guy from Houston, who I told you, I think on Tuesday, right when it was happening, that he was a great recruiter in the SEC, did a phenomenal job when he was an assistant at Auburn. In terms of upgrading secondary recruiting, that's a priority for Miami, right? You want to start getting elite DBs. That they went out and they spent the money to get them in the portal, but now you want to get them out of the high school ranks. And I think this coach, Zach Etheridge, who they picked up, is the kind of guy who can go into Georgia, into Alabama, into the southeastern part of the country and compete for the best defensive backs and give Miami a chance to land them. And so again, that's what these assistant coaches do. They recruit, they help you recruit. Jason Taylor's done a phenomenal job in his years here, and I think that's what this guy Zach Etheridge potentially could do for them at defensive back.
Are they done with coaching changes?
I'm trying to remember who else left that was part of.
One more. That's why I asked, and I forgot what position it was, but
I think Lance Guidry was coaching safeties, and then Chevis Clemens, who left for Wake Forest, was your cornerbacks coach. Your linebackers coach is the new defensive coordinator who they just hired. So I guess they have two. I think they have two spots or one spot that they can still fill among the 10 coaches. But again, now everything has changed in college football, where the analysts can coach as well. So these staffs are a lot larger than it used to be, and you can rotate who you have go on the road recruiting for you. And right now they've got some of those analysts and people who are part of the staff doing recruiting for them. So though I know for sure, I think there's one more assistant spot that they've got to fill, whether it's safeties coach or another D-line coach. It just depends on what the new defensive coordinator wants to do and how he wants to fill it.
All right, don't forget, folks, at Caneswear, you can use our code BIG-O10. You will get 10% off anything in the store. And remember, if you order online over $99, you will get free shipping. Go to caneswear.com. Follow them on Twitter, X, whatever, Canes_wear. And this is your Caneswear Miami Hurricanes segment.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
We step into the world of big dreams, big moves, and big money. It's the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navaro. After 40 years, the Big Cheese remains dedicated to serving the finest Italian dinners, pizza, pasta, subs, and salads. All of their pasta is imported from Italy and cooked fresh every day. Visit BigCheeseMiami.com. Now, let's find out who's the Big Cheese the Miami Hurricanes are working on with insider Manny Navaro.
Yeah, and they should actually treat all of them to the Big Cheese after they recruit them and bring them in. That's what it's all about, baby. 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue. Go see Billy and Gary and all the great people out there, man. Their employees are second to none. You will love the place. BigCheeseMiami.com. All right, Manny, I am seeing all over on social media. Mario is always the maniac. He's everywhere. He's like Sagua Fair. He's everywhere. Helicopters landing. I see Jason Taylor out there on the road. Talk to me. What's going on in the recruiting?
Yeah, they're like I said earlier. They're all over the country right now, basically trying to secure visits for the summertime. This is the time when you go visit these guys on their high school campuses. You continue to build those relationships, and you're ultimately recruiting to get them to take an official visit, to come to barbecues, like spring practices, that kind of stuff. And so that's what they're doing right now. They're working on the 2026 class. They're visiting probably with a couple of 2027 guys under the radar, right? And waving at them if they're at that same school where they're going after 2026 guys. So yeah, it's the flirtation period, brother. And you know, this is when Mario shines the best. He goes out and he goes everywhere. He's nonstop. This is where his crew does their best work. And so I think that's what you're seeing right now on social media.
Well, one guy that spells his name really cool is Javari Flowers.
Yes.
So talk to me about Javari Flowers.
Yeah, Javari, that's J-VARI Flowers.
I love it. Love
one
the
of the
creativeness.
Yes, one of the fastest cornerbacks in South Florida, sprinter, Miami Northwestern High School. Interesting decision to reclassify. He was part of the 2026 class, but now he wants to graduate high school early and enroll in a college this summer. So Javari is a guy that Miami was recruiting as part of the 2026 class. They really like him a lot. Super fast, 10.43 100-meter time. You know, Miami's one of the schools trying to fight for him. He's probably going to make a decision this spring in terms of where he's going to go. But, you know, you talk about the new DBs coach. You talk about improving your defensive back room. You got to keep adding. You got to keep, you know, and depth is important because you don't know who's going to pick up and leave anymore in the transfer portal, even after the spring window, if you think about it, right? I mean, there's another transfer portal window at the end of April. So if you can get a guy like Flowers, who is a top 100 recruit or was a top 100 recruit in the 2026 class, and he reclassifies and enrolls in your program in the summer, that's good way to add some depth and to get a really talented young player who you can spend all of next year developing and getting ready for 2026 when you're going to have some guys leave.
All right. Good stuff. Let's get into freshmen incoming this season.
Yes.
You see a lot of people now in the East West and Senior Bowl, so they're losing a lot of players.
Yes.
You're going to have some turnover. Some of these guys are very impactful players that you had this year, so you're going to need some guys to step in on offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
So Canes fans always want to know who's the freshman you've got your eye on, or Canes fans should have their eye on, one or two guys out there you expect to make an impact.
Yeah, I think, you know, we talked about the number one offense, Miami having the number one offense in the country and losing Elijah Arroyo and losing Xavier Restrepo. I think wide receiver, tight end are two spots where, without question, you could have an incoming freshman make an immediate impact. And that usually doesn't happen, right? Because you've always got guys that have been in the program for 1 or 2 years already, been developing in the background. But look, injuries happen. Depth is thin. Miami still needs to go out, I think, and add another receiver in the transfer portal, but it hasn't been accomplished yet. So here, one name for sure that I'm watching for, and it's because he's a big physical guy. It's Josh Moore, wide receiver out of West Broward High School, who's going to be here on campus, working to get on the field. He's 6'4", 6'3", 200 plus pounds, big body, big frame. The kind of guy that can replace, I think, Isaiah Horton, who left in the transfer portal to Alabama. He can come in and get a lot of reps early. Doesn't have a lot of senior guys in front of him in terms of getting on the field. So I think Josh Moore is one guy to look out for. And I would say at tight end, Brock Schott, a kid that they got out of Indiana, big tight end. Miami signed 2 blue chip tight ends. They also lost Riley Williams. Riley Williams went back home to Oregon State. He was, a second-year tight end for them, took off and left. Miami got some guys in the portal, Alex Bauman out of Tulane and Jake Nickel out of UAB. Jake Nickel's the older brother of the quarterback, Luke Nickel. They've got Elijah Lofton, who's a super talent. But I think Brock Schott is a guy that can come in here as a true freshman right away and be a part of that receiving core. So those are two names I would throw at you from the offensive side of the ball. And then on the defensive side of the ball, you've got some guys that can certainly get into the rotation. One guy that's interesting.
There better be. That defense sucked.
Yes. I was going to say one guy that's interesting, and this is a position that's loaded right now. You've got a lot of young guys in front of him, but this is the kind of guy who is a top 100 recruit, one of the big pickups for Miami in recruiting towards the end of the cycle. Hayden Lowe out of California. He is an elite edge rusher, big-bodied guy. Again, you have Akeem Mesidor, you got David Blay that you got that transfer portal, you got Ruben Bain, and you got Ahmad Moten. And then you got a bunch of second-year freshmen, basically, second-year redshirt guys, sophomores that are going to have a chance to play and win a spot. Well, this guy Hayden Lowe, in my opinion, can come in and potentially compete with those guys who've already been in college for a year for playing time. So those are the three names I would give you right now.
Oh, so we're gonna have that tune blasting. Get low, get low,
get low.
Right.
Hayden,
So
yeah.
That's it. That's it. So we've already got the tune for him and everything. So
yes, I like it. Everybody needs a soundtrack, brother. Everybody needs their own song.
What's your song?
Oh man, that's a good one. I'm not even sure. I don't have. I'm so used to being on the other side. There's no songs for me. I wish I need one for when I take the pickleball court, brother.
Well, you are money, so
yes.
There's got to be some about money.
Yes, something. Money. Yeah. Every time I come on, I help out.
It's a Bitcoin. By the way,
Bitcoin. Yeah.
You are actually pumping Ethereum today.
There we go.
Okay.
Anytime I can help you out, that's what I'm here for.
3,410. It's up 4% today. So you're pumping Ethereum today. Bitcoin has stayed strong at 105 while you're on. So that's important too. So that's a good thing. You're holding up your own like always for us here.
I represent for you, brother. That's what I do.
Always. All right, my man. Tell them what you got going on in the athletics so folks can check you out.
Yeah, I'm going to have my oddly specific predictions for 2025 coming out on Monday. My editors love this stuff. They love for me to try to project. I nailed the Ohio State.
And you got to read the article on the winners and the losers in the portal, too.
Yes, that one came out. We had the winners and losers nationally. I also did a breakdown of the ACC. So if you want to read about the competition for the Hurricanes in the ACC and how the other teams have restocked the shelves and lost guys via the portal, who's doing what, you want to get an idea for 2025, you got that. But coming up next week, I will have my oddly specific predictions. I just want to tell you, I've picked the national champion the last 2 years in the preseason. So hopefully I nail this one again.
Oh, so now when I bet on it, I'm going to win too. I like that.
I'm hoping I can deliver for you, brother.
I like that. All right. Well, pick it, bro. Pick it. You pick it. I'm betting it. That's
All
it.
right.
That's
All
it.
right.
All right, Manny. As always, my brother, appreciate you immensely. Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navaro and visit our friends at BigCheeseMiami.com. Don't forget they've got the party platters too to treat your friends, family members, employees, all that. Any dish can become a platter, or just get on out there for lunch or dinner and enjoy a great meal at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue in Miami. Manny, have a great weekend, my brother.
You've been listening to the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navaro. At the Big Cheese Miami, they continue to purchase the same high-quality ingredients that the most expensive Italian restaurants use. The difference is they serve large portions at a family price. Visit the Big Cheese at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue in Miami. Call 305-662-6855 or go to thebigcheesemiami.com. Go Canes!
All right. Thank you all as always. Remember the days when the fans wanted Mitchell over Marino. You remember that? Yeah. Greg Cody has not recovered from that article he wrote. Stephen Harris says, good morning, Owen Sean. Thank God it's Friday. Apologies for being late. First off, prayers to D. Wade on his recovery. Yeah, that was pretty amazing news, huh? And a piece of his kidney sliced off because it had a tumor, and the tumor was cancerous, and nobody knew about it. Tough dude. Corso Traven, Yams, Give Tomlin an actual QB and everyone will see. Exactly. I agree. John Wayne's 45. We'll take Mike Tomlin. So will I, sir. Damn it. I thought our fan base was the worst. So Stephen Harris. Stephen, there's no fan base that's the worst. Well, man, the Eagles are. But I mean, when it comes to intelligence, every fan base has a group of people that are just, they don't really follow. They're nuts. They're emotional. Every fan base has it, bro. Every fan base has it, So it's nothing that, this fan base or that fan base. I mean, when it comes to a lack of class, nobody beats the Eagles. They are the lowest form of life. But when it comes to intelligence, every fan base has a group of nutbags. You guys do too. I point you guys out all the time.
ELGSES Eagles! Let's go, Birds!
Let's go.
I wanted to do the spelling, but I couldn't remember how bad she did it. How bad she butchered it.
Oh, them Eagles. Go Eagles, baby. Big O, the Marlins win total for the season is 63.5. I want to bet the under, LOL. But dang, Vegas is good. Oh, they'll lose 100 games. Yeah, bro, bet it. I like that. You know what? Do they have that right on the Hard Rock app? Because I will bet that right now. Thank you for reminding me. Dude, that's fantastic. Do they have that? Let me see. I don't even see MLB here. They don't even have Major League Baseball on here. Damn. Seriously. All sports? Come on. Here it is, MLB. No, you got to go to the other spot that says, okay, here we go. So we are going with World Series, American League, regular season wins. Here we go. Regular season wins. The Miami Marlins, 63.5 under. Oh, it's minus 120, the bastards. All right, no problem. We'll still bet it. All right. That's it, bro. I just bet under. Didn't I say they would lose 100 games last year? And you know how many people disagreed with me last year? That they were going to lose 100 games? Oh, whatever. There you go. So, what did they lose last year? Was it 100?
I have to look that up, but I want to talk to you about the Steelers coaches. Up to 1969,
yes.
From the time they're in, 16 coaches.
Right.
From 1969.
From Chuck Noll, 3.
That's it.
Chuck Noll, the Spitter, and Tomlin. Yeah. Yep. Big O, can we package Butler and Tyler in a deal together to ensure Butler's trade and maybe we could get more picks, players, etc.? Your thoughts? Yeah, you could do that, but nobody has that cap space, bro. And then they're going to have to give you back salaries. And they're not going to give you a whole bunch of expiring contracts. They're going to want to lay a bomb on you that has 3 years, 4 years left. And so you got to come back to reality. Okay? It has to be 2 separate deals. Okay? And that's it. And you're not getting much for Jimmy. Yeah.
Last year they were perfect. 62 and 100.
There you go. Wow. They'll easily lose 100 games this year. Easily.
Only 33 games behind.
Yeah. I thought they lost about 103 or 4 or 5. Actually, I didn't think it was 100. I thought it was more. Oh, actually, there was a game they didn't play, right? Didn't they play 161?
Well, I don't know. Then they must have gave them the win for
that. What's the total? What's the total?
There's 62 and 100 in here.
Oh, so they did play them all.
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought there was one that they had to make up, but then it wasn't like playoff implications, so they didn't play it. But no, it wasn't it. All right. So 62 and 100.
Yeah.
How about that? They'll lose 100 plus this year, dude. They're so bad. They should lose 100 to 110. It'll be closer to 110. That's what they'll be pushing. No pitching and no home run hitters. The Marlins won't win many games. And by the way, they play in a pitcher's park. So you're in a pitcher's park with no home run hitters. It's kind of rough, bro. And Sandy's back?
You going to stay with the team, or are they still trying to
Oh, they'll trade his ass, but he'll start with them, and then he'll prove that he's in a groove.
Then they'll trade him.
And then they'll trade him. Now, if he proves he's not in a groove, then they're stuck with him.
Yeah.
But he's first got to prove. That's what everybody does on the Marlins. Everybody gets there, and then one guy says to the other, all right, bro, let's go. Let's bust our asses.
They play their best to get the hell out of here.
We're not winning. No, bro. You're busting your ass so you can get the hell out of here. Oh, okay.
But is it they're good, or is it that everybody else is so bad that they look good?
Oh, it's kind of like our money. It's not that the house is going in value. It's that the money's declining in value. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yes. Yeah. Oh, God. So bad. It's so bad. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar and the great Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. If your company, your corporation, your business, your school, your entity needs custom printing and embroidery from uniforms, anything else, call my guy, Alan Blanco. You can get that done. Zoom calls, over the phone, email, all that stuff. You get it done right away. And check it out, 786-618-1443. Saturday, Miami takes on San Antonio at 8:30 on the road. Saturday at 1 o'clock, it is the Florida Panthers in action. They are hosting Chicago at Amerant Bank Arena. Face-off will be at 1. Sunday, FAU hosting South Florida at 2 o'clock. And on Saturday, the men in basketball, the University of Miami takes on Notre Dame at 8 o'clock. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. Oh, one more thing. Former Dolphin defensive coach Anthony Campanelli was named defensive coordinator of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Congratulations to him. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Angel Reese. Did you see she made the news? Very cool, by the way, what Angel Reese did. Super freaking cool. Okay? First of all, she did this, and this is cool, but, whatever. WNBA star Angel Reese scored her own special at McDonald's. It'll begin offering the Angel Reese special February 10th, which will include a barbecue bacon quarter pounder with cheese, topped with new barbecue sauce, French fries, and a drink. The move makes Reese the first female athlete to nab a national meal collaboration with McDonald's. McDonald's has always been a big part of my life, from grabbing a McChicken sandwich as a kid to being named McDonald's All-American in 2020, Reese said in a statement. It's a real dream come true to be the first ever female athlete to have my own meal and be a part of McDonald's amazing basketball legacy. I hope the Angel Reese special inspires young athletes everywhere to never give up on pursuing their dreams. That is very cool. But you want an even better story? That's all right. Yeah. I mean, it's great. Yeah, dude. It actually gets better. I know you're not going to say this. There might be nothing more heartwarming in sports than an athlete sharing their newfound prosperity with their family members who played a key role to achieving their success. WNBA star Angel Reese showed the gratitude she has for her mother with a surprise birthday gift. During her Unapologetically Angel podcast, Reese gave her mother, Angel Webb Reese, a cake and then quickly followed with a big present. You said that if your mortgage was paid off, you would retire. Well, you can pick it if you want, where to work, because your mortgage is paid off today. Huh? How freaking cool is that? That's what we're talking about. Yeah, McDonald's, whatever. It's great. She has a combo. Good for her. Dude, any of us can surprise our parents, and pay off the mortgage and say, the house is yours. You never have to work again. You don't have to pay the bills, whatever. You can get a little side job just to pay your taxes at the end of the year or whatever. Angel Reese. Very good. Very good. Nice job by you, young lady. I like it. I like it. Some might be celebrating the McDonald's stuff, and that's fun stuff and all that. But, dude, to do that, that's some strong stuff right there. Nice job by you, Angel Reese. Nice job by you. Yes.
And she could have done both. You could have got her that and the meal.
Well, that's a good point. It's a good point.
I'm kidding. That's awesome. That's amazing,
a good point.
man.
Although they're not serving it yet. Hasn't started yet.
Oh,
right?
It hasn't started yet. Oh,
yeah, it hasn't started yet.
I don't let facts get in the way of good stories.
So I'm going to save her from the facts there. I'm going to save her because facts are they're not serving it yet. So she couldn't bring the meal.
All right.
Okay. All right. But I'm sure that once they're serving it, I won't be trying it because that's not my I'm a Big Mac guy, actually, at McDonald's. That's what I like. Although I get light sauce. I always say I like the sauce, but I say light because they go a little crazy with the sauce sometimes, and it just gets too saucy, Bernice. And no. Oh, he did? Oh, wait a minute. I thought I read right now. Did it say? Or maybe the date passed. Yeah, I thought it said that. Let me see. Am I wrong? Where's that story? Here it is. February 10th. How did he see it? All right. I don't know how you saw it, or maybe you saw a thing that was announcing that it was coming, but it says February 10th. That's why I had to defend her that she couldn't bring it for Mom. You know what I'm saying? What was that? Oh, come on, bro. No, it's not. I mean, I like McDonald's. I have no problem with McDonald's. Do I eat it every day or something? No, but I don't eat McDonald's or Burger King or Arby's or Wendy's every day either. But I like McDonald's. I like their Big Macs. I'm sorry. I'm a Big Mac guy. Okay? No cheese, although I do. I when I ask for my Big Mac, I ask no cheese and light sauce. Did you even expect me to say light sauce?
For you, yes.
Right, because it's always plain lettuce and tomatoes.
I like to say no sauce. Yeah.
No sauce, right?
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Because I normally would not order the sauce on anything, but I like the McDonald's the Big Mac sauce. I like it, but I always have to say light and no cheese because I don't know. I like cheese, but I normally don't want it on my burgers. I'll eat pizza and subs with cheese or something, but not my burger. I don't know why. I'm just not that big on cheeseburgers. I'll eat one if I have to, but if you give me a choice, I want a hamburger over a cheeseburger. So yeah, I order my Big Mac with no cheese and light sauce. But I'm a Big Mac guy. I like the Big Mac.
Yeah, it's McDonald's Monday.
Yeah.
Taco Bell Tuesday. Wendy's Wednesday. It's a diet, baby.
Never BurgerFi?
It's a lifestyle.
BurgerFi.
BurgerFi's weekends. You get to sit down and relax.
BurgerFi. I love BurgerFi. I'm thinking of going actually to right here down the street. I love this Pines Boulevard. This son of a bitch has every store you want, bro.
Yeah.
Anything that you're in the mood for. So I'm gonna go right down the street. And I'm going to walk in, and they're going to say, "Welcome to Moe's."
There's a Las Vegas.
No, wait. It's not Moe's. It's the other one. It's Kubota.
Yeah.
Kubota. Not welcome. They don't do the welcome to Kubota. They only do that at Moe's. It's Kubota. That's right down the street. I'm going to hit Kubota.
Got the nice Las Vegas over there too.
Yes, they do have the Las Vegas cuisine. They got a Five Guys next door. They've got a BurgerFi across the street. A Chipotle also. I mean, I'm fat. We know food.
We know where food is.
We know food. McDonald's is down the street, by the way.
It is.
Okay.
Both ways.
I love tacos on the left side. If you want to eat at a great Mexican place here, right here on Pines Boulevard, you go west. I want to say it's about 3 miles on the left side. I don't know exactly the address, but it's about 2.5, 3 miles, I want to say, on the left side. And it's called I Love Tacos. It's a little hole in the wall. It's right next to a Subway's. Fat people, no food. and a Dunkin' Donuts. Fat people, no food. So we got a Dunkin', we got a Subway's, and I Love Tacos. Try that. If you're ever in the Pines area or whatever, go to I Love Tacos. If you're in for Mexican food, dude, it is fantastic. Fantastic. If I wasn't on the go today, I would stop to sit down and have a meal there at I Love Tacos. Once in a while, I'll come with the wife, and we'll come in through Chrome and come in and I'll come up here to eat at I Love Tacos because it's really, really, really good. The ladies there are really nice. They provide great service. By the way, they also have the Mexican Cokes too. So when I get a meal there, I always treat myself to a Mexican Coke. Got to do that, baby. Got to do that. All right, what else do we have going on? Did you guys see MTV not MTV, Saturday Night Live is having a 50th anniversary show. I got to read this again. Let me take this off. And here we go. Saturday Night Live is keeping its 50th anniversary festivities going with a massive concert celebrating all the amazing musical acts to play on the show's iconic stage. The one-night-only event is set to take place February 14th. Okay, so just in case, Oscar, you have not seen this. It has not happened yet. It's February 14th. At Radio City Music Hall in New York City, and the lineup is stacked. Lady Gaga, Jack White, Eddie Vedder, Miley Cyrus, Bad Bunny, David Byrne, Devo, Post Malone, B-52s, Brandy Carlisle, Chris Martin, Brittany Howard, Robin, Jelly Roll, Mumford & Sons. That one blew me away. I like Mumford & Sons. I just didn't expect them on this show. Anyway, let me continue. The Roots, Bonnie Raitt, Arcade Fire, Backstreet Boys, Preservation Hall Jazz Band are all set to play, with more acts still to be announced. The concert is being executively produced by SNL creator Lorne Michael and Mark Ronson. And by the way, will be hosted by Jimmy Fallon. The 3-hour concert will also air on Peacock at 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific, will be screened in select IMAX and Regal theaters across the U.S. I'm going to be watching that, bro. That's going to be awesome. The announcement comes just days after, ladies and gentlemen, 50 years of SNL music and documentary about SNL's lauded musical history aired in the films. Tom Morello recalled Rage Against the Machine's one and only time playing the show and what led them to getting put on lockdown by Secret Service. So check it out. Good shit, man. Good shit. I like that. I like that. Me being a music guy, obviously that's a big thing for me. I love it. All right, let's go with some birthdays. Let's go with musicians born on the 31st of January. Let's go with Justin Timberlake, Instinct, Solo, all of that. Born on this date back in 1981. Minnie Driver. Wow, I know her as an actress. I did not know she was a singer. Singer, songwriter, actress, born in 1970 on this date. She had a 2004 album, Everything I've Got in My Pocket, was once a member of the UK band Puff, Rocks and Browns. They were signed to Island Records. I have no idea who, I didn't know any of that with Minnie Driver. All right, Chad Channing, Nirvana's first drummer. He left the band in 90. Born on this date in 1967. Al Jaworski, not Ron Jaworski, but Al Jaworski, bassist with Jesus Jones. Right here, right now. Let's see. Jeff Hanneman, guitarist with Slayer. Born on this date in 1964. Let's see who else. Johnny Rotten with the Sex Pistols, the singer. John Lydon, born on this date in 1956. We lost him back in 2000 and... Wait a minute. Oh, no. Nope. We have not lost him, right? No. Disbanded in 78. No. Oh, I guess he's still around with us. I'm sorry. I had Johnny Rotten dead. Adrian Vandenberg. Woo! This burning heart of mine. I love that song. Anyway, Adrian Vandenberg, the band Vandenberg, and he was in Whitesnake. He has another band called, God, I forgot now recently. But anyway, great song. If you ever want to hear a terrific song, it's called Burning Heart from Vandenberg. Great song. Okay. And then there's another song called Wait. I love the line. It says, wait till the shit hits the fan. Anyway, so Adrian Vandenberg, born in the state in 1954, hell of a guitarist. Something Moon, Vandenberg's Moon or something. I forgot the name of the, Is it something like that? Put Adrian Vandenberg on the Wikipedia, and then it'll have his bands. Besides Vandenberg and being part of Whitesnake, Moon Kings. I want to say it's Moon Kings. Damn it. I don't know how shit sticks in my head. Harry Wayne Casey. I just met him for the first time a couple of weeks ago. He was eating with a friend of mine at the Hard Rock, and I went for the concert. Which one was it? Moves Like Jagger. What's this guy? You know who I'm talking about. I'm brain farting. But anyway, I just went to see them, and he was there. And Harry Wayne Casey and the Sunshine Band, born on this date in 1951. Maroon 5, exactly. Maroon 5. Phil Manzanera, guitarist with Roxy Music, Avalon. Although Love is the Drug is my favorite song from that band, from Roxy Music. Born on 1951 for him. Let's see who else. Terry Kath. We just were talking about Chicago just a few minutes ago before the show when I was hanging out with Larry Schlossberg. We were talking about Chicago, the band. And he is a guitarist with Chicago, born in 1946. We lost him in 78, by the way. Let's see who else. And that is it for musicians born on this date. Let's go with other famous folk celebrating birthdays on the 31st. I have no idea who Takeda Dragoon is. She's a TikTok star, but an interesting looking lady. Let's see. Who do we have here? Jackie Robinson was born in this date in 1919. We lost him in 72. Kerry Washington, she is 48. Who else is celebrating birthdays today? Joel Courtney, movie actor, is 29. Who else? I don't know if this guy's any big or anything. Tyler Hubbard, country singer. I don't know who the hell he is, but he's 38 years old. Julian Alvarez, futbolista, is 25. Let's see. Portia de Rossi, TV actress, is 52. Minnie Driver, again, I mentioned her already. Again, I did not know she was a singer. Had no idea. Nolan Ryan, dude. Happy birthday to Nolan Ryan. Damn, 78 years old. That's one of those athletes you just admire the hell out of, man. What do you got, Sean, as in wrestling?
Knuckles Madsen turns 41. Fit Finley, the great Fit Finley, turned 67. And Giant Gonzalez was born on this date in 1966. Sadly, we lost him in 2010. Those are your birthdays for the last day in January 2025.
Amen. All right. Let's go with music history. What happened today in music history? In 1969, Led Zeppelin played the first of two nights at New York's Fillmore East during their first North American tour. The set was allegedly so powerful that headliners Iron Butterfly refused to follow them. I would too, because, you know, when you're Iron Butterfly and you're basically one song's your entire concert, yeah, you don't want to follow Led Zeppelin. Yeah. Well, Led Zeppelin was a nobody at that moment. So that's the thing. They were babies coming up and exploding. Can't wait to watch the movie. In 81, Blondie went to number 1 in the singles charts with The Tide is High. It's the group's third number 1 song. I'm going to go in 2007, a previously unreleased poem that Jim Morrison wrote and recorded shortly before he died in 71 was set to music and used to publicize a campaign to stop global warming. In 2001, it was announced that Peter Criss was leaving Kiss and that Eric Singer would fill his spot for the remainder of the dates on the band's farewell tour. And that's what happened today in Musica history. All right. Let's see, what else do we have here? Big O, remember when the Big Mac meals were like $2.99 back then? Yeah, bro. You can't even get a Big Mac for $2.99. My wife is a big wig for McDonald's. Nice. All right. We'll talk to her, man. Tell her that she should be sponsoring our show. Yeah, we'll eat the food right here. Damn it, I'm a Big Mac guy. I love my Big Macs. So talk to your wife about, sponsoring us over here on the show. Yeah, bro. Yeah. We'll create a McDonald's segment and everything. Have some fun with it. We can broadcast at McDonald's live. We'll look forward to that one. Huh?
Interview Ronald.
Damn right.
Grimace.
While I'm eating.
The Hamburglar.
Yeah.
Get them all. The Fry Guys.
Damn right.
Oh, man.
And give me some McDonald's cookies, by the way, while I'm there.
Oh, yes.
Those butter cookies are awesome. I still love those butter cookies. I'm still a kid for those butter cookies. Anyway, let's see. I'm calling ICE to Dolphins training camp. Is Tyreek a refugee? I didn't know that. Oh, paperwork not done properly. Okay. Yes, it is Adam Levine, Chase. It was Maroon 5 that I was thinking of. Big O, speaking of birthdays, my niece turns 12 today. Happy birthday to her. That is awesome. Good for her, man. I hope she has a terrific day. Next time, send me the name.
Happy birthday, niece Harris.
Yes. Happy birthday, little niece. They were advertising the Angel Reese special at McDonald's. Okay. Yeah, I figured that because it says it's not available till the 10th. Big O, Eagles are winning the Super Bowl. They have never lost one with Carson Wentz sitting on the bench. That's funny. Well, there's a first time for everything, and they're going to lose. Both terrific defenses, both terrific offenses. One great coach, one coach. And then we go with the quarterbacks. So I'm just going to, I'm going to go with the better coach and the better quarterback and the better team. Yeah. I'm going to go with the team that knows how to find ways to win and all that kind of stuff. The Eagles only have one way to win. They got to run the ball and play the great defense that they play. But they're not the team that's really going to be passing all over you. Whereas Kansas City can do it all. They can run the ball. They can definitely pass the ball. And they got a defense. And they got the best coach in the business. And by the way, maybe when it comes to defensive coordinators, I can even argue that Spags is a hair better than the old fart. And the old fart's damn good. But Spags has won more Super Bowls than he has. Spags has won it with two different teams. Interesting, huh? The head coach has been to Super Bowls with two different teams, And the defensive coordinator has won Super Bowls with 2 different teams. And he's been one of the main reasons why they won Super Bowls. With the Giants, they had 5 pass rushers that got after Brady and put him on his ass. And with Kansas City, Chris Jones and that secondary is why they won the championship last year. It wasn't Mahomes. The reason why they won is because of that defense. So I'm going to go with Kansas City. Yes, sir.
I'm saying also he's able to adapt. You know, like Spags is able to adapt and just come through with a game plan, and then
constantly,
if something's not working, he can change it, and he
constantly
changes.
Constantly. I would not ever deny that from those guys. By the way, Acura Pembroke Pines still today is the last day for the customer sales appreciation event going on right now. Last day. So they're the number 1 volume sales dealership. But here's the thing. They want to sell more and more. And today's the day where they're dying to just close it out as strong as possible. So if you're looking for a great deal, it is the customer appreciation sales event going on. This is the last day. Take advantage, folks. We got a lot loaded here with brand new vehicles, certified pre-owned. Right now, the ZDX, $449 a month. Great lease feature, 0.9% financing for 72 months. The Integra, the 2025 model, $339 a month, 3.9% financing for 60 months. The RDX, tell you all the time, my wife drives an RDX. My daughter had it for a few years, $399 a month, 3.9% financing for 72 months. Take advantage, folks. The MDX Tech, that thing is a spaceship. They'll take $10,000 off the MSRP right now. So come on down to 15601 Pines Boulevard and check it out. Talk to Larry Schlossberg, Pat Nasto, Tony Stampone, all the great people out here. They'll take care of you, man, at Craig Zinn's, Acura of Pembroke Pines. Spags has great intuition and timing calling his different blitz packages at the right moment. I'm with you. There should be the chant from Meatballs. Some of you are like, what is he talking about? Meatballs. What is that? Well, some of you may not know. Some of you may know. You know what Meatballs is, the movie from Bill Murray? Did you ever watch it?
It's been a minute since I've seen it.
So, not Spags, but there was a kid named Spaz.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a scene where they got to stack cups and saucers back and forth, stacking. And then the chant starts. Spags, 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 Spags. That's it. Not Spaz. It was Spaz and Meatballs. I'm Giants fans. You Chiefs fans have to change it. So throughout the stadium, you got to Spags, 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 Spags. So if you watch Meatballs this weekend or at any time and you see the cup saucer stacking scene with Spaz, and then the chant starts with Spaz, 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 Spaz. Telling you, that's what you Chiefs fans have to do. The Spaz chant has to become the Spags chant. And that's it. Yes, Kober says smash that like button. I agree. Andy Reid loves sticking it to the Eagles. Oh, yeah, he's going to love that. The hot dog consumption, yes. Yes, that's when the fat guy is there. And he is challenging the other guy that comes in the limo. And then, and that scene is funny. Bill Murray shaking his, come on, the stomach. It wants it or something. Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah. I still love Meatballs. What the hell? Big O, a little music trivia. What actor nominated American actor for 8 Academy Awards and has won 2 Grammy Awards for the soundtrack to the film that he also produced, directed, and acted in. Well, it sounds like a Rocky thing. American actor nominated for 8 Academy Awards, won 2 Grammys, but Stallone can't win a Grammy because unless it's Frank Stallone, and he won it for Rocky and Rocky. Is it 4 the one that had, or 3 the one that had that other song, not 2? I don't know. Jamie Foxx, there we go. Bradley Cooper. I'm going to go Bing Crosby. Anyway, what do we got? You got Lady Gaga? Okay. I'm going to go Bing Crosby. What the hell? That's what I'm going to do. Anyway. All right, folks, it is time to wrap it up. I appreciate all of you out there as always. We thank, of course, Larry Schlossberg and all the great people out here at Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines for making it nice and easy for us. Appreciate you all out there. Thank you if you sent in a super chat. Thank you, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Ho Yoon, thank you. Ho Yoon, appreciate you, brother. Thank you. He says, have a relaxing weekend. Thank you so much. As always, Ho Yoon, you're always amazing every single week donating to the show. Remember to hit the like button, share the show, visit our amazing sponsors like Caneswear. Use our code BIG010. You'll get 10% off. Of course, here at Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines, R&M Contractors, Sloman's Home Shield, so many places, man, where you can support us. Hialeah Park Casino, great places. Please support us. That's the only way we continue to survive. Oh, too many ads. We'll see you on Monday morning. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Have a good one.
This is the Big O Show.